Hello, I'm Rod Pinkston and welcome to another episode of JAGER PRO. Are you using portable box traps on your property? If so, you're educating more pigs than you capture. So I'll cover trap selection on our basic training segment. I'll also remove another sounder from this property using the most efficient process and products while teaching the art and science of integrated wild pig control. Integrated wild pig control is a strategic approach using a series of innovative control methods and technologies implemented in a specific sequence based on seasonal food sources. Emphasis is placed on efficient removal of entire sounders at one time to eliminate escapes, method education, and future reproduction. Control strategies must continually change throughout the various seasons to effectively target adaptive survivors. Trapping is the most cost-effective and efficient control method for removing large numbers of feral pigs, but only when performed correctly. An efficient trap is capable of capturing the entire sounder at one time. If not, the remaining pigs will become trap-resistant, breed, and replenish the population. Traps have emerged in a variety of materials, sizes, and shapes. Standard portable box traps are 4 feet wide by 8 feet long. By cutting 16-foot long commercial livestock panels to size, and welding the enclosed tops and bottoms. I'd like to share a story about, let's call him Larry. He believed box traps were better since they are portable and only cost $750. Larry said he can build 6 box traps for the same price as one of our M.I.N.E trapping systems and catch pigs in 6 places instead of 1. I told Larry his math was correct, but his theory regarding performance was not. I suggested a friendly wager to challenge his theory. He could pick any location on his property and operate his box trap for 2 full months. Then, we would replace his trap with the JAGER PRO M.I.N.E trap for only 2 weeks at the same location and compare our harvest efficiency numbers. Is 2 months using a box trap versus only 2 weeks using a M.I.N.E trapping system a fair competition? Let's find out. We started our research on 10 December. I erected an ice cam sending texted photos to both our cell phones, so we received the same intel. First pigs arrived on the 13th and fed outside the trap. Daytime video shows the trap is still heavily baited. The same activity continued for 2 months, with various pigs feeding outside the box trap. This photo of 7 juveniles on 12 February signals the end of Larry's capture window. I rebaited with a bucket on the 12th to put extra corn on the ground while Larry took his box trap to the barn. The 7 juveniles returned at midday on the 15th. Chad and I reacted immediately by erecting a M.I.N.E gate and removing the spin cast feeder. The short legs on Larry's feeder would interfere with our live video camera intel. I spread a line of corn under the gate to monitor the juvenile's body language after being educated by Larry's box trap. All 7 pigs returned and fed for 30 minutes the morning of 16 February. Photo intel verified the pigs did not feed on the 16th or the 17th, as the same amount of corn is still on the ground. The juveniles finally returned the 18th at 8:14 in the morning, but I noticed there are only 5 feeding. What happened to the other 2? I performed a quick reconnaissance and located Larry's box trap 400 yards away and heavily baited at another feeder. Now, Larry had agreed to turn off all other feeders on the property and leave his box trap in the barn during my 2 weeks. His camera SD card showed all 7 juveniles fed here yesterday, so I asked if he had killed 2 pigs. He denied it, but was obviously interfering by running other feeders while we were trapping. I decided to build the enclosure and capture these 7 pigs, interference or not. I tested the gate using the JAGER PRO mobile app to ensure the M.I.N.E camera transmitter was paired to the control box receiver. Then baited with a bucket in a single line under the gate to the middle of our trap enclosure. Lastly, I requested a test photo to ensure the camera was aligned properly. We only had raccoons and squirrels for the next week. Then, I received this text on the 26th from Larry, asking if I would capture the pigs if they went inside the trap. I replied yes if all 7 pigs arrived, but no if there are only 5. I thought the question was odd, but I soon received a phone call from Larry. He admitted to running other feeders on the property and killing the 2 juveniles, but was now curious what would happen after he turned the feeders off. Right on cue. The 5 juveniles returned to this bait site after their other food sources disappeared. All 5 pigs were feeding in the middle of our trap enclosure 19 minutes after midnight. Using the JAGER PRO mobile app, I pressed the close gate button. I immediately sent a text to Larry, letting him know the mission was accomplished. He euthanized all 5 pigs the next morning and sent me a photo. Now let's compare our field data in a side-by-side trap assessment. The box trap was deployed for 2 months, and the M.I.N.E for only 2 weeks. Larry removed 0 pigs which failed the performance standard. He is a no-go for being untrained and making flawed choices. The process of trapping is still a go, since it is winter and the pigs can be conditioned to automatic feeders with digital timers. The box trap failed to make any captures. The M.I.N.E trap removed all 5 targeted pigs for a 100% capture success rate, with all goes despite Larry's interference. Trap decisions should always be based on performance, not cost, size, or portability. Buying a single tool capable of solving your problem is way more practical than owning 6 tools which cannot. Selecting efficient equipment capable of removing all age classes in a short time period is critical to implementing a successful integrated wild pig control program. To view the entire 30-minute episode, please tune in to RFD-TV. Our weekly show airs Tuesday nights at 9:30 p.m. Eastern, 8:30 p.m. Central. Channel 231 on Dish Network and Channel 345 on DirecTV.